Good evening and welcome to your usual program, Moments with Joe, with me, Amadou Lume, as I've been promised last week. It's a special edition of the show, Moments with Joe, your life coach and mentor on air and online, brought to you by Life by Design, sponsored by Afri-Radio and the Call to Business Bank. For all the questions that we need to find answers to, and the events of your life, we need to make sense of, we will find the answers for you on the program today, Moments with Joe. The reason why we think today, the issues we go through are not unique, and because people on the way don't go through the same situations and they're able to overcome them. So we think if you're able for, do what they do for overcome that situation, and you're able to get the same results. I go on for introduce my usual studio guest, winner Nicholas Asgler, creative director of the Life by Design East Studios. Nicholas Asgler, welcome to the show.
Yes, thank you very much, Amadou, and also a big good evening and shout out to all we listeners them we're tuning in with we today, and as usual.
Also, most importantly, this is Moments with Joe in the studio. Mr. Joe Abass Bangura.
Wherever you are watching, listening, in Sierra Leone, outside Sierra Leone, around the globe, it's a great privilege to be here. And I feel good, and I hope somebody would have an encounter, somebody would have an answer to a bugging question you have in your mind, and and start the next level of the change we're supposed to take place in your life.
We go straight to the questions them we people don't they ask. So one popular one where I found is people they ask, how do you become an entrepreneur?
An entrepreneur, it's a long journey, and I can take a whole hour for explaining to you that. But you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to be somebody that is always solution oriented. How do I solve this problem? Because in every problem there's an opportunity. And an opportunity the entrepreneur is trying for exploit.
So would you agree that it's possible right now in a situation where they, as a nation, where they talk about high youth unemployment, etc., that actually possibly entrepreneurship is the key? It's one of the biggest ways out for our people.
It's super critical. Let me tell you something. Each time young person tell me, like somebody they call me now, I mean, what did they ask you last year for my school fee, and I'm not giving school fee yet. From last year to
So what do you say? How do you advise somebody that?
What I'm going to do over the next couple of months, I'm going to develop workbooks for each and every one of these questions. Then super critical. How do you go from day one, not knowing anything, you want to solve this problem? The problem is about you getting money for pay your school fees. You can be entrepreneurial about that. Why want for go school back? I didn't wait for make the term reach, then I mean, we that for big. I found one young man, one big man way I attach myself to 81 Phillips Street now, Wellington, Santi Coma. And every weekend, first of all, that's why it started. Every weekend, I go first to observe what the needs of this bracket. One need, now for booking close them every weekend. Second need, it get to a motorbike. Third need, now the hose for clean the hose. Identify all of those needs every weekend at a limb. I know when for do the brand enclose them. Yes. I know when for iron them, pack them. I know when for do motorbike. And then finally, I know when for do in the hose weekend. Scrub from back to front. When time reach for pay for me for go school, would I go pay for go independence? Now the guy automatically.
This is the Moments with Joe special edition with Joe Abass Bangura today in the studio where he's prepared to answer your questions. We'll go straight to one interesting question we get last week. Nicholas here. This one they come up from Abdul Salam Sisi. He say, I like your program. It is important to me. I was a gangster and 5-star general of CCC. Your program touched me, and I decided to be a changed man. I would like to attend your program anytime. Please, sir, I really desire to be a changed man. No more gangsterism, no more cliques, and no more street violence. I am a Muslim, but I like your program. Please accept me as your younger brother. So we say you go on for give this brother.
Well, yeah, I salute you, sir. When I take a number, taking contact, I'd like for people for bind with him. If you get 1 partner people and they as disciple, it can get 100,000 other young man that way able for influence and affect. I'd like to be able to talk with you. I'd like to be able to connect. Somebody helped me, and so I want to be able to help you. It's possible. Nothing is impossible. You're able for fight back in our life. That's all I'm able for saying now on air, but I salute you for that.
Okay. The next one, they come up from Nelson Nano on our Facebook. He actually sent this. He say, I shared a vision with my friends that I want to start working with young people. People who lack the belief that there is something great in them, which I think should be triggered to make their lives better. I created a WhatsApp forum I included friends that I want to work with, but their silence in a group is not encouraging to me. Only one of them is connecting with me. Do I need to disconnect with those that are not supporting my vision and work directly with those who are, or I continue alone with my vision and stop depending on them?
It's a very interesting question, and you shouldn't be too quick for judge, because 10-15%.
Always.
It's 10-15% not them they drive.
Yep.
I didn't have some group now where, political affairs, they form maybe 40% of the discussions where they go there. I'm not good better on political affairs because I want to always approach something from the solution end. Mm-hmm. I'd rather want to wake up in the morning and say, what can I do today for change? Like this young man we call me so just now when we say I be gangster. Mm-hmm. Like Isaac where they na Waterloo, where we want for go you want for go Libya and for go to Temple Run. And so if I didn't have any WhatsApp group, if there are issues and they come up, all right, now me. If those issues don't come up, I can't contribute. So watch that you party then it doesn't necessarily mean that they're against which they try for do. Mm-hmm. You drive, give them specific assignment. Yeah. Outside the WhatsApp group, call meetings, give them assignments for Mekunadu. Then you can able for judge whether they are with you or not. Okay.
This one at the redirect to Nick at the studio right now. Mm-hmm. It's an open question actually. It's I want to know whether success is determined by hard work or not destiny.
I believe
they come up from Habib Najal Kamara.
So Joe don't always give a very strong opinion on this, and I believe saying that the age-old question is it nature versus nurture. Now you hard work or were you destined, for Mekam, and arguably, in my own opinion, based on this journey and this learning we myself they go through, I believe saying na a percentage of both. There has to be an element of both. You have to work very hard. Talent is overrated. The book by Jeff Colvin, it states very clearly, says somebody can born mediocre with a mediocre range of talent, but they work so hard that then they trump somebody where you go consider as being more naturally talented or more naturally gifted. Mm-hmm. So part of them, now wait till you do with them. And I guess, everything about life, there's a certain element of, predestination. But I believe, the hard work definitely will always trump. It will create better chances for you to be successful.
Success is science.
Yes.
There are things people do that makes them fail. There are things people do that makes them succeed. Mm-hmm. You can't do one and get the other one. There's another clause, another big idea where now the fact that there are things that are pre-programmed and are guarding responsibility than they pre-programmed. Mm-hmm. And there are things where now you the determiner. If you mix them up, no problem.
So you get for clearly, first of all, identify.
Yeah, you just get for no. And you get those things, some of them not happen already. Who say them born you, who that born you, the parents them will born you, whether you're not black man, you're not white man, they're not born in America. They're not born in America, na salon they can born you. Even salon say they're not born in a sport road, na go bang bang, they them born you. And all of those things, you did not have to vote. You did not have to be part of it. So like I said, you not mix them up. Mm-hmm. There are things where they outside your control. There are things where they're within your control. If you mix them up, no problem.
True.
But waking up every day, studying, and doing the things that we make for success. So success is a science. There are things where natural. So I get things that where I can't force for play ball. Mm-hmm. Me big brother, not even the pick me pint team.
You have to be pretty bad.
Maybe that's bad.
If
you know must play about me, he couldn't pick me in his watching. So I need for just realize say football not to me own part.
Yep.
Because I don't get the natural skills, but put me for talk. The cool they talk so. Yep. We will go far. And so it's so some things are natural, but what you need for now for just work on those things.
Yep.
Success is a science.
Yes. You don't talk about this. We talk about leadership. And, we get a good reception based on how people react to the leadership programs we have in our radio. Somebody say my boss sees me as it gets.
You mean the leadership at television?
Yes.
Not to do I'm going on there television.
Yes,
I've had some several feedbacks about that also.
Yeah. So he say my boss sees me as it gets because I work as hard as him. He discourages me in anything that I do. What advice would you give to me?
It takes maturity in the side of the boss for grow. Maturity for aware that for make you grow, I have to have a Nick Asgill around me who is good at what he does. Nick na creative director.
Yeah.
By the time I begin jealous Nick, because Nick sabi in work past hours sabi, it's a no-brainer.
No problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
You know, Amadou, you do social media stuff.
Sir. Yes, sir.
By the time I begin feel bad because you know a lot about social media. By the time I begin feel bad because Gabriel, sabi do video editing past me. By the time I begin feel bad because Sylvester, sabi play with the camera past me. I mean, I don't know what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Because people, for make you advance as a leader, you have to have people around you who are good at what they do more than what you do. That's how growth and expansion they take place.
Another question about leadership as well. It say I'm an innovative young man. This will come from Almami Jacob Rashid Conte. It's on our Facebook page. It say I'm an innovative young man with the ability to mobilize people. I find it easy to trust people as soon as I get in touch with them. Presently, I'm running a youth organization. I find it difficult to get the required resources to effectively implement my programs. At the same time, people want me to work with them because of my natural leadership skills. If I leave my organization, it will collapse. I'm also worried about how people will perceive me. How can I cope with this situation?
Sometimes it's not about the vehicle, it's about the vision. It's about the objective, whose goal you want to achieve.
What does that mean?
Vehicle line at the organization way from. You get a dream, you get a vision, you get a call, you get a passion in life of something we want to achieve. Now that one they make you go from the organization. So in term then they know they feel say really it's about the organization, but it's not really about the organization, it's about the mission.
Okay.
And you can move with that same heart to another organization and execute the same thing.
So how you go react to the part of the public perception now? People then go must tell and what. Not everybody would understand certain critical decisions like that. So how waiting go be your advice in terms of him feeling bad about waiting people then go say you're a sellout, for example, or you're selfish or whatever.
And everybody accountable for in giftings and everybody accountable for how you use them. Yep. You have the decency to sit your friends down, explain to them. If they have questions, answer them questions.
Yes.
You have to be professional. You have to be professional and that's what I think.
Speaking on leadership and imagination, are they bring this now? Wise no time don't be to can close this now. But then I will get to our responses on this. Leadership and imagination. We just look a clip how Life by Design started. The first one, you do Anna Montana. And we just looked at it. I'm like, this was how Life by Design was. And look who's out on it now. Look the kind of cameras and production team we get. Yep. It's bigger now.
Yep.
But then it started somewhere in your imagination. You imagine it and it happened.
Yes.
So, I just want to make we talk on Nandi. For the people and believe, say, thing then do inside and eat. They not believe say it will happen, but then if they push for them, it will happen. It happened for you. Practical example. So
all things are created twice. First in the mind before they become practical. All things are created. You want to be able to see it. 1 year ago, maybe 2 years ago, President Bio began for talk about free quality education. Man, them boss laugh. They go na BBC interview, they ask her how much it go cost. You don't even know how much it cost.
I watched that clip there last week. Yeah.
That's about vision.
Yep.
When vision they come, you don't have to know how much it will cost you. You don't have to know how to be able to do this. It's just to be able to look at this thing and say, this is what is going to require the country for moving from here to where we're supposed to go. Yeah. You got to train yourself for become what I want to be. And training is all about organizing your life around the activities that are required to guarantee the achievement of your dreams.
Yeah.
And do not give up on yourself. Yeah. Dreams can come true. With free and quality education, dream come true. Mother Beaufort fought for 20 years for be president. And he became president because he was resilient. And so keep your dreams, break them down, put them in paper, fend friends them where they fertilize them for you. And it's a journey. It may not have to be overnight. And somebody says the biggest impact dream, not to just achieving the dream, is what you become in the process.
Yes.
Because you would have developed massive disciplines to be able to achieve your dream.
So on behalf of management and staff, Afri-Radio, a call to business bank, Life by Design, and me, production manager Nicholas Asgill, and the main man. We're not the mastermind behind all of Life by Design, Joe Abass Bangura, on behalf of studio, radio manager, Mr. Karim, John Conte, DJ EL. I want to tell you, thank you for taking time and listening to. We will come back to you next Sunday with the program Moments with Joe. Meantime, we'll continue for keep in touch with me. We'll send comments to 30 600 800 or go on our Facebook and not miss out on a lot of good things that will be happening. Till we meet again next week, Tata. Good night.
For the champions, stand up for the champions.